Well, I mean, new companies, new technologies. I mean, this is why big oil and the old school way of thinking that they're fighting change. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then they
Because they're
make
losing money. They're going to lose all their money.
well, yeah, and then they make poor people that have no stakes in those fucking companies, people that I mean, basically, you would benefit from all this new technology. They make them believe that those new companies are the Antichrist. I'm just
Right.
Yep. I'm just saying, yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, that's what when I talk to some friends, because obviously we both have friends on both sides of the, each one holding on to one wing of the bird.
Right.
And sometimes they are like, well, yeah, but they want to take your guns away. Then oil and this and that, and I'm like, yeah, I get you, but we need to find new resources. I mean, oil is limited. Eventually,
Right.
we're gonna run out of that shit. And the last thing I want to
Yeah.
do is be fighting like fucking Mad Max, trying to fucking hijack or raid oil tankers. I could
Yeah,
just see myself there on fucking the I-10 waiting for a fucking fuel tanker to pass so that we could hijack it.
I've been doing some research on this subject, and it looks like there has been. I mean, I'm sure most of the listeners already know, but there has been companies coming up with these new innovative non-oil, non-coal ideas and ways in which nuclear power in order to get what we need to power the
Exactly.
cars, power our houses. But people have been inventing this stuff since the 40s
Yeah.
and the 50s. But these big companies come in,
And
they see
hire
the
them.
invention.
They hire
and
the
they-
the water boy's mama to come and tell you that new company is the devil.
Right. Or what what the automakers were really known for, like they had cars that could go, I don't know, a lot like 100 miles a gallon back in the 60s. Right.
Hmm.
But what would happen is when these people come up with these inventions, the car companies would come in and offer these people such a stupid amount of money, more money than they would ever see in their life. Hey, in the 60s, hey, I'll give you $1 million for that. The patents and the rights and all that, all the blueprints, everything to that design. We would essentially own that design, and then they'll tell them big things like, oh, and then when the time is right, we'll unveil it and we'll roll it out, and then they just they just bought those plans and they would tuck them away in an office and it'd never see the light of day. And what can the inventors do now? They're living the life that they always wanted, and
But they
the
never.
technology is set there.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. A lot. I've heard a lot of stories like that. I mean, a lot of people say that they're just conspiracy theories. But I think it's true. I believe that there's a lot of inventions that were made way before. Like you're talking about 60s that were just put away in a big vault
Right.
because this clicks. Like the oil producers and the auto manufacturers. I guess that they got in bed together, and it was a profitable union. I mean, cars need fuel, so
Right.
jet planes need fuel. It's not like that. I mean, it's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the money.
Well, Tesla come in with his big old dick flopping around, not giving a fuck. He's whipping it in everybody's face.
Well, basically, yeah. But I mean, it's funny. We need to we need to grow. We need to change. I mean, we need to evolve. It's not necessarily evolve, that the word I'm looking for, but we need to keep up with the times. I mean,
Right.
and some of us fight change.
Just the idea that we know these resources at some point will go away. We won't have them.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll use them all. Like, we need to start planning for, we should have been planning a long time ago. But
There's no
Yeah,
money in it,
so-
sir. Sorry. Your idea of planning, you tree hugging motherfucker. No, sorry. That no. We can't have that.
and then
I need to
another
buy
thing
fake
I was
boobs for
reading.
my girl.
That's right. We all need that.
Yeah.
Was Fitbit recently was bought out by Google, and Fitbit has been around for quite a while, but the problem they were having was they were just kind of stagnant. Yeah, they would come out with every new year they would come out with something new, and yeah, maybe it looked a little bit better, but the basic premise, the basic operation was still the same. Well, since being teamed up with Google. They have revamped their entire lineup, and the stuff that's coming out. I want to say in December this year or next year, is supposed to be completely revolutionary, at least for Fitbit. And now they're working on having their Fitbits being able an early detection for COVID.
Take your temperature type shit, I imagine. Warn you
Yeah,
when
it's
you
going
have
to be.
like a.
Well, they measure the respiratory. They also have what's called a stress tester on it, so it measures your stress level. Now,
So
I
if
don't
you're
know
just
exactly
having a
how
bad,
that works.
so imagine if, and then of course I imagine it. Imagine if it narcs you out, and now you're just having a bad day. You know, you just ate that burrito that's making you sweat, and you're like trying to catch your breath because it was so fucking hot. And
I don't know. I don't know how it all works. Much smarter people than me work on it. I know they said that between the respiratory, the heartbeat, and the echogram, and something or another, and a couple other things, gets put into this algorithm, and so far they tested about 900 people, and they were 50% correct on the people that were tested positive. Like out of all the people tested positive, the algorithm was at least 50% correct.
50.
Now that doesn't sound a whole lot like really all that great, but they offered to put all their findings to the FDA. So that kind of gives me a little bit of maybe a little hope that maybe they are onto something. Other companies have come out and said that they have a product that can test for COVID, but they refuse to release it to the FDA.
Yeah.
Kind of like it almost kind of feels like, okay, what are you trying to hide if you're not willing to share this, your findings?
Yeah.
Not necessarily the technology, but at least release your findings.
Well,
so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's one of them things. Oh man.
And then it looks like we got what do we got? We got Bill and Ted coming up tomorrow.
Oh dang.
Is it tomorrow?
No way.
Yep, tomorrow. It comes out in theaters if your theaters are open around you, and on video on demand.
I heard that sometime soon the Harkins around here are gonna reopen. As much as I miss going to the movies, I don't know. I don't see myself going to a movie theater anytime soon.
Well, AMC has already started opening up. And a lot of them that are not open now will be open on Labor Day. Yeah, I think I'm kind of right there with you. I don't see myself going to the movies. Not when I can have video on demand at home.
Yeah, it's I mean, it sucks. I mean, I love going to the movies, the experience of going with the family, overpaying for soda and popcorn, which I don't know why it tastes so damn good when you overpay for it there. I mean, it's not the same.
I hate that. I hate that. Good God, that makes me so fucking angry.
Yeah, it's like
Jesus Christ. It's like we're going to a 2-hour movie, 2 hours, and we got to have 4 boxes of candy. We got to have 2 soda pops, a huge bag of popcorn, nachos, and fucking hot dogs. Like, good fucking Lord.
Well, you can't really enjoy the movie if you're not munching on popcorn and making sure that the people around you hear you crunch on it. And come on.
See, I don't know. I enjoy the movie less because then I sit there and steam on the money that we just spent.
Well, yeah, no, that too. Especially right now, we gotta watch our pennies, man. But for health reasons, I mean, like I said, right now we're trying to get over this shit. I mean, over here in Arizona, it's hot as fuck. Everybody's like, oh, I want this heat to go away, and then I'm like, then we're gonna have the regular flu season on top of this shit. I'm like, it just I don't know. But Bill and Ted, man, that's something good. I mean, hopefully, I don't know.
They said that we're supposed to get Black Widow video on demand as well.
Yeah, they might be rethinking the way. I don't know. A lot of people weren't too happy with the whole Mulan thing. How they were trying to you pay $30 and I don't know what else. A lot of people were like, I don't think so. So maybe, hopefully, for Black Widow, they're rethinking their how they're planning how they're.
I don't know.
That shit.
Oh, it's 30, charging a certain amount of money for Mulan, I guess. They're trying to recoup some of their money, but it doesn't even have Mushu in it.
That was my first fucking argument. I'm like, how the fuck are you going to try to get me to pay you $30 for a Mulan that doesn't have Mushu? Sure, I understand. You're trying to go closer to history or legend. I mean, she is a historical figure. I guess she was real.
Right. That's what they say.
Yeah, it's like one of those, But I mean, yeah, well, that might be fine and dandy. I mean, as for Disney, I mean, you introduce Mulan with Mushu. You can't take that away and all of a sudden,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't understand. I read it and it makes sense, but from a fan point of view, like, so we're going to release Mulan without Mushu. Without Mushu, yep, without Mushu.
Well, here's the thing.
All I can say about that is dishonor on you, dishonor on your whole family, dishonor on your cow.
I'm down. I'm right there with you. Yeah, because I could understand if they had said we are making the story like closer to its roots and separate it from this. But what they were doing is they were making the cartoons live action. Like they did an awesome job with Beauty and the Beast. Right. And like I said, I don't know. It's been a couple of years, so my 15-year-old had me sit there with her and watch it, and then I remember when my 30-year-old was little and we watched it in the cartoon form. So I was sitting there watching like, oh, damn, they did a very good job, bringing it to life. The Lion King, I've yet to finish it. I started watching it, but I don't know. Because technically, even though they look real, it's still animated.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, but I mean, hey.
I don't know.
Okay, so when you tell me you're making Mulan live action, I'm expecting Mushu. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I'm down with K-Dog there. Dishonor on your whole generation, whatever. If you just for taking Mushu out.
And let's see, what else we got? Charlie Cox was just interviewed, and he came out and said he has nothing to do with the new Spider-Man coming out. But there are huge rumors that Karen Ritter and John Berthner were approached to continue their roles in their previous Netflix shows, but on more of a Hulu kind of a basis.
Yeah.
So we could be getting more Punisher and more Jessica Jones.
Well, Spider-Man is really a Sony project.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, if Daredevil doesn't do his little cameo on the Spider-Man movie, right now, technically, it's really a joint venture between Marvel and Sony, but Sony still owns Spider-Man. So, whatever.
Right. Well, I'm not really surprised.
As long as, like I said, they keep him and bring him back, bring us like in a Hulu version too. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's.
Well, I want him in the MCU.
I do.
I
would be happy.
I think he'd be a good.
I would be happy if they just made fucking season 4. Continue. Take what you got in Netflix right now. Okay, take it to Hulu. Just fucking migrate it all to Hulu. Fuck it. And make season 4 and continue right there. I don't give a shit if he joins the Avengers, doesn't join the Avengers. At this point in time, I'd be a happy motherfucker just having a season 4, 5, and whatever, continuing the story.
I would be too. I would like to be able to see him in the MCU. I think it'd be cool, but whether or not they do, I don't know if they will.
Yeah. I don't know. But maybe we're pissing Kevin, Feige or Phage, whatever his. I just call him
Kevin Feige.
I just call him Big Kevin over at Marvel. Big Kev over there, maybe because, although this week I've been slacking, I haven't sent any tweets or anything tagging him, reminding him that I'm slacking on that shit. But anyway.
Well, I went there looking for the motherfucker and I couldn't find him.
Well, you come on. You just went there to suck anybody's dick there. That's a fetish of yours. You're not going to find Big Kev there, man.
No, I went there to ride Rise of Resistance. Period. Yeah. That's all. That was it. That was it. And after I left, the bride has had nothing but problems.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I've been lucking out. The ride's been having a lot of issues.
So basically, you just went there and